Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here. I'm here because I want to do another code review. I got this code from the matplotlib website, and I wanted to review it with you. So basically what this is an animation, and then it says it's making an oscilloscope, but it doesn't look like any oscilloscope I've ever seen, because I worked with oscilloscopes a long time ago in the military, and in an oscilloscope you've got information going down below zero, but here they've got the information going up just above zero, and it just makes a spike. But anyway, so I wanted to give you this code with you because, one, it's an animation and it shows you what an animation looks like and what you can do with matplotlib. And also it has a yield function and a return function in it. So I wanted to go over the yield function and the return function as well. So with this program, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually import the libraries, and the libraries that we have imported are NumPy and matplotlib. So you import NumPy as NP, you import matplotlib.lines. From matplotlib.lines, import line2d, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, import matplotlib.animation as animation. So those are the libraries that you're importing. And now we're going to create a class of the scope, and that's the oscilloscope. And so what that does is that's actually setting up your oscilloscope, and you can see on the diagram here your X value is, well, 44 to 47, 45, 46 and a half, and your Y value is, no, that's your X value is 0 to 1, and your Y value, oh, I'm all confused now. Your X value is on the horizontal, and then your Y value is the vertical. How's that? So since this is a class, it works on a concept called self, and I haven't really learned a lot about classes yet, but I know it's a type of object-oriented program. So self.ax equals ax, self.dt equals dt, self.maxt equals maxt, self.tdata equals 0, self.ydata equals 0, self.line equals line2t, self.tdata, self.ydata, self.ax.addLine is self.line, self.ax.setYlim is neg1 to 1.1, and self.ax.setXlim is 0 to self.maxt. So the X doesn't have a maximum. I mean, it doesn't have a maximum. It just shows max T. And then now what we do is we create a function under the class, and this is self-update. And basically what that's going to do is that's going to continuously update the oscilloscope. So def update self Y, last T equals self T data neg 1. If last T is greater than self.T data 0 plus self.max, and that resets your array. Self.T data equals self.T data negative 1. Self.Y data equals self.Y data negative 1. Self.ax.setXlim equals self.tdata 0, self.tdata 0 plus self.tmax. Self.ax figure.canvas draw, t equals self.tdata, self.tdata plus self.dt, self.tdata.append t, so you're appending t to that, and self.y data append y. So you're appending y to that. And then self.line dot set data, self.t data, self.y data, return self line. So this is a function and it returns the line. Okay, and this is your emitter. Def emitter p equals 0.1. It returns a random value in the 0.1 with possibility else p. While true, v equals np random 1. If v is greater than p, yield 0, else yield np dot random 1. So basically what they're doing here is they're using a yield, and that's why I wanted to do a code review of this program, because a yield is different from a return. And when in the last function they had a return, and then when you return it, it ends the function. But when you yield it, it can keep going after you yielded it. And so there's a big difference between yield and return, which I'm going to be making a blog post on, and I'm going to be using this code review in the blog post. So it says now that we've got our class defined, and we've got our emitter function defined, and we've got our update defined, and we've got our init defined. So we've got a class of scope, and we've got 1 is init, 2 is update, and 3 is emitter. Those are the 3 functions that are going to be used to create this oscilloscope. So now we go back to, we do a random seed of 19680801, and it's a floor of 10, and then it fix figure dot comma ax equals plt dot subplots, scope equals scope ax. So here you go, you've got your scope here. So we've got our class of scope, and then it accepts ax. And then so we pass the generator and emitter to produce data for the module. Ani equals animation, func animation, fig, scope dot update, emitter interval equals 50, and blit equals true. So that's your animator. And then it says PLT show, so you're going to show it on the screen. So that's your oscilloscope. And as I said before, it's not like any oscilloscope I've ever seen. It says Y is -1 to 1.1, and X is 0, and it has no max limit. So I don't know how they would reset it, because this oscilloscope is all positive numbers, and with the oscilloscope being all positive numbers, it's not really an oscilloscope, not truthfully, because all the oscilloscopes that I work with, you had like a 0 was on the middle, and then you had the positive numbers on the top, and then the negative numbers on the bottom. But I'm just seeing it says emitter, so it doesn't say much about the emitters, and obviously it sets it up initially. Says -0.1 to 1.1. So that's your graph. But it doesn't really, I mean, obviously I'm not that good. That's why I'm doing this code review. And it just says random I'm just going to take out this. And I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to restart it and see what happens. Well, it's not really doing much. I mean, I took that out. So I have to experiment with this to find out why it's not giving me a negative number. So I guess I'll close this. We've been talking, well, I've been talking for 10 minutes, and I'd have to go over this script with a fine-tooth comb to see if I can make it a negative number. Oh, it says here, that's where it does it. It says 0 self-mags. So we can say neg 50. 0. And this one is neg 0.1 to 1.1. See what happens. Because it's giving a spike, but it's not giving a spike on the negative side. And I don't understand why that is. And obviously I don't know that much about programming. So it's done it, it's changed it, but it's still not giving you a negative spike. And it says, update emitter. Return a random value in 0, 1 with probability P. Well, it doesn't really give you a negative value, so it's not really working that well. It doesn't work like any oscilloscope I've ever seen. I don't know. I'll have to learn more about programming to see how I can get a negative figure in there. But I've been speaking for 13 minutes, so I better conclude. So I hope you got something out of this code review. And all my subscribers, thank you so much for supporting my channel. And I look forward to making, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to making more videos for you in the future.